Welcome to TeleSports, a new kind of show featuring the best of both worlds in entertainment and sports. Tonight on TeleSports, we'll be recapping the season premiere of Boardwalk Empire. Also, we'll recap the series finale of Weeds. You know, Weeds was like a weed. It just hung on. It would not die. The show kept going and going and going. We tried to spray it, but it kept coming back. Also, Kurtis will be making his Emmy picks. Not the Oscars, not the Tonys, not the Grammys, not the American Music Awards, not the CMT Awards, not the MTV Awards, and not the People's Choice Awards. These are the Emmy Awards for television. We'll also be recapping Week 2 in the NFL. That's when I make my voice deep. Also, don't miss our No Holds Barred topic. That's the title of the feature. No Holds Barred. There will be blood, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there will be blood. Which was a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis. But that's not what we're talking about. Now, here are your hosts. Kurtis. Not many people know it, but growing up in the Pacific Northwest, Kurtis was a member of the Seattle Seahawks. Pee-wee football. And Nate, who loves the New York Giants ever since he saw a girl with the dragon tattoo. Now these guys are thinking to themselves, how can we follow an intro like that? My thoughts exactly.
Hey guys, welcome to TeleSports. Nate, I didn't know you like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo that much.
Never seen it, dude.
Sure, whatever you say. We got a big show for you guys tonight. Lot to cover in entertainment and in sports. We're going to be talking about Weeds, like Dennis said, and making my Emmy picks. Our No Holds Barred topic tonight. Here comes Nate. Put down the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, dude?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, our No Holds Barred topic, that's going to be a good one. It's going to be two pawn shows that are on TV, Pawn Stars and Hardcore Pawns.
Fake.
So we're going to be doing that later on in the show. You okay, dude?
I'm good.
Okay. First thing I'm going to start off with is Weeds. All I'm going to say is Showtime. I'm making a plea to you right now. If you're going to do this with all your shows, just drag them on way too long. Please don't do it, because
nobody likes it, guys.
Weeds was the last 4 years of Weeds was some of the worst television I've ever seen in my life, and I've watched a lot of TV. You know, this is Showtime's version of Entourage. Entourage was a great show on HBO. They had about 2 or 3 good seasons, and the final 3 were just absolute garbage. And Weeds, you couldn't even watch it anymore, dude. The final 3 seasons were absolutely horrible. Ever since they left Agreste, if you people who watch Weeds know what I'm talking about. Ever since they left Agreste, got involved with the cartel and let's sell marijuana cigarettes. I mean, they just went away from the premise of the show. The show is about a hot mom selling pot. That's what was the premise of the show, and you just totally went away from it. And the finale, oh yeah, let's all go to Stevie's bar mitzvah. Her son, her illegitimate son she had with the leader of the Mexican drug cartel. Let's go to his bar mitzvah and I'll reminisce about stuff. Yeah, okay. That absolutely horrible finale. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Curse.
I'm sorry, it's horrible, dude.
To get you in a better mood. What about Boardwalk Empire there, buddy? Talk about Boardwalk.
Boardwalk Empire, best show on HBO right now. The finale was this past Sunday. Just went back to the way it was. Had a great second season. Got a new gangster this year, Bobby Cannavale. He just did a recent guest spot on Nurse Jackie. Did a great job, and he's a new gangster. I mean, he pretty much takes out his frustrations just about on anybody. So, I mean, a great premiere. Buscemi is kind of becoming more of a gangster now. So, I want to hear what you guys have to think about that premiere.
And keep in mind, guys, he's up for a lead actor nomination for the Emmys.
Yeah, which we're going to get to in a second. So, I mean, great show. I'm interested to see where the season's going to go. Typical, you know, shock violence. That's one thing I like about that show. No one is safe on that show. Like, you could die. I mean, Buscemi could die. We don't know. I mean, nobody is safe on that show. It's kind of like The Sopranos, where once you think they're safe, they're not really safe. That's why I think it's so good about the show.
And hopefully it ends a little bit better than The Sopranos did with a blank screen.
Well, you never know you never know what Scorsese's going to do, so we'll see. And I guess now we'll move to the Emmy picks.
All right.
Oh, God. Okay, guys, first thing I want to tell you guys is now, I don't want to hear anybody saying, if I get all these picks right, oh, you did this after the show. We're doing this on Wednesday, September 19th. The Emmys are on Sunday, so I'm doing this before, just in case.
Making any guarantees?
I did some research on it, so we'll see.
All right.
I mean, I'm just picking the drama categories. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the Emmy picks for all the nominations. I'm just going to be picking 5 categories.
All right, first one.
Okay.
Kurtis Dement. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. You have Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking
He played
Bad.
Gus Fring.
Brendan Coyle, Downtown Abbey.
No.
Jim Carter, Downtown Abbey.
No.
Jared Harris, Mad Men. And Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones.
This is a tough category for me. I think it's going to go to one of the Breaking Bad guys. Aaron Paul has won an Emmy before. Giancarlo Esposito was so good in that role as Gus Fring. I think he's going to come out on top with it. He's dead now. I think it's going to be a great send-off. He was amazing on that role. I mean, I think he's going to pull it off for Best Supporting Actor. Very tough category. Jared Harris, a Mad Men, he wasn't on that much, so I don't know if he's going to win it. So I think it's going to go to Giancarlo Esposito. I think it's going to be between him and Aaron Paul, but I think Giancarlo is going to come out on top.
So you're saying Breaking Bad takes that no matter
Breaking
what?
Bad takes that, yeah.
Okay. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series.
This is a hard one.
Archie, I can't even pronounce her name, Punjabi.
She's not going to win, so it's
Okay, it doesn't matter. Anna Gunn for Breaking Bad.
Maybe.
Maggie Smith, Downtown Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
Joanna Froggatt. Did I say it?
I think.
Froggatt.
I don't watch
Downtown Abbey.
Yeah.
Christina Hendricks, Mad Men. And Christine Baranski, The Good Wife.
This is a tough one for me. I don't watch Downton Abbey, but the critics love this show. And Maggie Smith, she played Professor McGonagall in all the Harry Potter movies, so I'm sure you've seen her in those. I've heard she's really good at this role, and I did some research on who a lot of the experts say. I'm going to go with Maggie Smith. Anna Gunn is probably my second for Breaking Bad, but I mean, I just don't think she's got enough to win. So I'm going to go with Maggie Smith on that one.
All right. You want to start with that one?
Yeah.
All right. Best Lead Actor in a Drama
This
Series.
is the toughest category. Listen to the names on this. Go ahead, Nate. Listen to
Hugh
the names.
Bonneville, Downtown Abbey.
Okay.
Steve Buscemi, Boardwalk Empire. Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad. Probably going to win it, Mike. Michael C. Hall, Dexter.
Who deserves to win it, but I don't think he's going to win it.
John Hamm, Mad Men. Or Damian Lewis, Homeland.
This is such a tough category. There's like 4 guys who could win this. I think Buscemi's got a chance. I think Damian Lewis on Homeland's got a chance. I think John Hamm's got a chance. But I'm going to go with Cranston. He's already won 3. I think he's going to win 4 because this is dating back to the season before the one that just aired. So this is going back. I mean, if you saw that episode Crawl Space where he's in the attic and realizes that Skylar gave away all his money, I mean, just he's laughing hysterically. I mean, I think it's going to go to Bryan Cranston. I think he's going to win 4. And if he wins 4, that's going to be unbelievable. But that's such a tough category. And let me say, too, about Michael C. Hall. I don't think he's going to win it, but he definitely deserves an Emmy. I'm shocked he hasn't won one yet. He's won a Golden Globe, but he definitely deserves an Emmy. But I'm going to go with Cranston on this one.
All right. Best Lead Actress in a Drama Series. Kathy Bates, who I absolutely love, Fried Green Tomatoes. For Harry's Law.
Yeah, about Schmidt, yeah.
Glenn Close, Damages.
Went to William Mary, by the way.
Yes, she did.
Little tidbit.
Claire Danes, Homeland.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Dockery, Downtown Abbey. Juliana
Margulies.
The Good Wife. Thank you, Kurtis.
You're welcome.
Elizabeth Moss, Mad Men.
This is going to come down to, I think, Claire Danes and Juliana Margulies. But I think this is, out of all my picks, this is going to be the one that's the sure thing. I think Claire Danes did an amazing job on Homeland. Kind of a, I don't want to say crazy, but she's not all there. I mean, Homeland is a great show. We're going to be previewing that next week because the premiere is on the 30th. But I think Claire Danes is going to take this one for lead actress. I think this is the most sure thing of the 5 picks I'm going to make. So I'm going to say Claire Danes wins that.
All right, then. The big one. Most Outstanding Drama Series. Boardwalk Empire, Breaking Bad, Downtown Abbey, Game of Thrones, Homeland, or Mad Men.
First of all, if I offend anybody by saying this, why is Game of Thrones nominated? I'm just saying. No. I'm going to go with an upset on this one. Mad Men has won it 4 times. If they win the 5th one, that'll be a record for any show for Best Drama Series. Boardwalk Empire has a chance. I think Breaking Bad has never won for Best Drama Series. I think they have a chance. But I'm going to go with Homeland just because that show is unbelievable. The first season was just, I don't know how they're going to repeat season 2. I think it's going to go Homeland. That's going to be my upset. I think Homeland's going to win for Outstanding Drama Series. It's either going to be Homeland or Mad Men. So I'm gonna say Homeland wins. And if you're not watching Homeland, you need to watch because it's probably the best show on TV right now, or one of the best shows.
All right.
So that's gonna be my Emmy picks. Hopefully I get some of them right.
Emmy picks.
I better not go 0 for 5.
You guarantee them.
Well, if you guys have an Emmy pool, or just tune into the Emmys, make sure you tune into the Emmys Sunday, 8 o'clock on ABC. Jimmy Kimmel is hosting, so you know it's going to be sarcastic and funny. So we'll see how that's going to go. You want to go to No Holds Barred?
You want to do that now?
I'm going to do No Holds Barred, because since we're focusing on entertainment.
Stay on the entertainment.
Alright. So, Hardcore Pawn versus Pawn Stars. Go ahead, Mr. Pawn Stars.
You gotta go with Pawn Stars first and foremost.
No.
First and foremost, it's real.
Oh God, okay.
Hardcore Pawn, dude. No one acts like that inside a store.
Is Chumley that dumb, dude? You think Chumley? You don't think they feed Chumley lines?
Well, that's like a given.
Okay,
because you know he's like a sneaker fanatic, so he collects a whole bunch of like Air Jordans. And there was actually an episode the other night that somebody brought in the Back to the Future 2 like Nikes that Marty McFly wore.
Yeah.
So, and the guy won like $6,000. So Chumley knows what he's talking about, but
he's dumb, dude.
Who is sick of Hardcore Pawn?
No one
and
is.
Seth being a spoiled brat.
Oh, okay.
She's just
annoying.
Dude, they are annoying.
But you know
all
what?
they do is fight.
Are you gonna mess with Les? I don't think so. I
No,
think
Les is the one legit.
own.
Les is the one legit character. I'm gonna call him a character because that's a
He's
show.
not a character. He owns the pawn shop. Anyway,
he's the most legit. Hardcore Pawn is so staged.
No, it's not.
It's
dude.
so no. I understand Pawn Stars has like 2 stores where when they get like novelty items or specialty items, they bring them over to a different store where all the guys are. But it's just so fake.
Okay, dude. So what do they pull these people off the street saying, "Hey, you want to act in Hardcore
Yeah,
Pawn?
we'll give you $200.
Okay.
Why don't you go and throw a fit about
dude.
them losing your ears?
Nah, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Even the best writers can't write that, dude.
Dude.
All right. Here's my point
It's
on
so
Hardcore
fake.
Pawn. Best show on True TV, which
No,
is formerly Court TV. Anyway, Hardcore Pawn. Pawn Stars is a good show. I'm not saying it's a bad show, but how many times have you watched Pawn Stars? Like if you watch a marathon, I was watching a marathon of it the other day. Oh yeah, okay, let's call in this expert. Oh, I think it's real. Oh, okay. Or do you want Hardcore Pawn where they're like, I need $200 for this right now. No, I can't give you that. And they go absolutely nuts. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if they're going to pull out a
That's the
gun.
reason why it's fake.
It's not
Because
fake.
people don't act like that.
Yes, they do.
Then why don't they do it on Pawn Stars? Why don't you see guys throwing fits and throwing stuff all over the
Because
place?
Pawn Stars is more refined.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Do you want to see the entertainment? Do you want to see...
That's the reason why it's fake, because people want to see them fighting all the time.
Hi, Rick. I got this gun. I don't know if it's real or not.
Do you love to learn about the history of stuff? Because you know what?
People want entertainment, dude.
I was watching it actually last night.
Yeah, okay.
And the guy brought in a World War I helmet, and they brought in an expert. And I learned something last night that on the Marine logo, in World War I, they had the latitude and longitude lines on the pin. After World War I, they just had the latitude.
Okay,
That's very cool to know, I think.
Here's another point for Hardcore Pawn. They actually go to the pawn aspect. How many times on Pawn Stars do you see them actually pawn stuff?
You hardly see it on either show.
Yeah, you do. Hardcore Pawn, they
Dude,
pawn stuff all
showing
the
a
time.
sign where it says redeems and stuff like that doesn't mean they
Nah,
actually
dude, more
do
the
it.
guests come in and say, or more the customers come in and say, let's pawn this. I need to pawn this.
Fake.
And if they don't, they go nuts. I mean, how do you like to see security being used? That's all I'm saying. How do you like security being used?
Yeah, and all they do is stand. And okay, here's another point that next time you see that show, you can realize that's fake.
Okay, it's not fake.
You ready?
Okay.
The people throw all this big fit, like they're gonna kick butt and do everything else. But then once security gets on them, they don't really put up a fight. They walk sort of out the door, and then once they get outside the door, then they start yelling.
I've seen them put up a fight, dude. They push less. I mean, you know what?
Dude, they push
Hardcore Pawn is more entertaining. Just admit it is.
It's more entertaining because it's fake.
It's not fake.
Is WWE real?
Some people think it is.
Okay, here's the thing. WWE, some of the stuff they do is real.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
but
some of the stuff is real.
You can catch a lot of times where they're talking to each other in headlocks. It's the exact same concept.
No.
Exact same concept.
Whatever, dude.
Guys, Let us know what you think.
Hardcore Pawn, baby.
Let us know what you think,
True
guys.
TV.
Because it's
or Pawn Stars. Yeah, where everybody's fat and everybody likes.
I just want to make one quick point. No holds barred from last week was proven on Sunday. I know what everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Who scored touchdowns and who tried field goals.
He scored a touchdown. He just didn't get the 2-point conversion.
And then he gets the ball back with a minute to go.
It's not his
fault,
Arizona's
30, and you dive to the middle of the field
not his fault.
to try to kick a field goal.
Well, yeah, okay. Belichick said to do that, dude.
But who threw 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter for 256 yards, and even when Tampa Bay tied the game, I don't care about the first half, guys.
Horrible coverage, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just...
It was, yeah. Rondé Barber,
horrible cover, yeah. I mean, Martellus Bennett had to go... Eli put it right where
that was a good throw, but
okay.
yeah.
And the Victor Cruz touchdown where Victor Cruz juked Rondé Barber. If that pass isn't thrown in stride, he's down at the 10-yard line.
Yes, dude. Okay.
All right, on to a different thing.
All right, sports.
Wait. We got a couple questions.
Yes, we have questions.
Thank you guys for tuning in and actually asking questions. We really enjoyed it.
A new segment. We're going to probably try to answer a couple of questions from our viewers for each show. First question is going to be from Casey. He says, I think this is a great question. Who do you think will be the last NFL team to lose? And out of the winless teams, who do you think is going to be the last NFL team to win? That's tough for me. I'm going to go with my first for the who I think that's undefeated is going to be last to lose. I think Houston.
I think we both agree on that.
Because Houston's defense is nasty.
And it's a horrible division.
It's a horrible division. Their offense is good. They have so many weapons on offense. I'm going to say Houston. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. Who's the AFC South have?
Nobody.
Who are they playing this year? I think they're playing the NFC South.
Or the AFC West. I know Houston's playing Denver this week, which I think is going to win that game.
But Brian Cushing is awesome. I mean, great. I mean, I don't care if he got busted for steroids last year. The guy's just really good.
He's nasty, dude.
But yeah, it's just a horrible division. Their defense is really good. Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson, best running back in the NFL, Arian Foster. I mean, what do you want?
I mean, I have Matt Schaub on my fantasy team. He hasn't given me any points because Houston first 2 games have been in blowouts, so he hasn't had to do anything. So I mean, it's
just hand the ball off to Arian Foster.
Hand it to Arian Foster or Ben Tate, and you got it. All right, well, this was
so
tough for me.
That's our pick. Houston, last one to lose.
Now, the winless teams, who's going to be the last one to win? That's tough.
It just seems like everybody's 1-1.
A lot of teams are. I was looking on ESPN, you know.
Kansas City has looked horrible.
And that, unfortunately, I'm not going to throw Casey under the bus here. That's his team, so go ahead and do it. His team is Kansas City.
Case, I'm sorry, bud, but Kansas City has looked pretty bad.
They've looked horrible.
Jamal Charles, he's not healthy. Matt Castle isn't your quarterback for the future. I'm sorry.
But you know what he did good for a year? He got his money.
The only legit guy is Dwayne Bowe.
Or Jamal Charles. He's not bad.
Well, I mean, when he's healthy.
Right.
But he's not healthy. Peyton Hillis,
But Dwayne Bowe's got to get the ball, though.
They just said, I don't want to say that they're going to be the last to win because they were picked to win the division, but
I don't know who picked
they
them to
looked
win the
really,
division.
really bad.
I don't know who picked them to win the division.
Well, you know, a few experts on ESPN.
Yeah. You know who I'm going to say? I'm going to say Tennessee. I'm going to stay in the AFC South. Tennessee. Chris Johnson, where have you gone? First 2 games.
He got paid.
19 carries, 21 yards. Just
got paid.
Think about that for a second. 19 carries for 21 yards in the first 2 games.
1.05
Jake Locker is not the answer quarterback. I personally think they have a better chance to win if they start Hasselbeck. I'm not trying to be a Seattle homer here, but I mean he won a decent amount of games for him last year.
Kenny Britt's hurt.
He's going to play this
Washington's
week,
hurt.
Yeah. Titus Young, yeah.
Titus Young. So I'll go KC. I'll just say KC just because they've just looked really bad. Granted, they can turn it around, but they just look bad.
And one more thing for Casey, you told us to shout out Casey Shanholz, ladies and gentlemen. He makes NFL clocks. Contact us. Yeah,
as long as it's not a Chiefs one.
I'm getting a Seahawks one. So if you want any more information about NFL clocks, they're relatively inexpensive. Message us on TeleSports. They're really good. Next question is going to be from Brian. This is a good question, too. With USC losing last week, which I loved, by the way, that made my weekend. Sure. I can't stand USC.
He's a duck.
Well, whatever. Who do you think will be in the Pac-12 championship now that USC lost? Go ahead, Neil. Let you start.
I think everybody's going to lose. At least one.
I think I agree, yeah.
Stanford looked really good. The thing is with Stanford, they're unlike any other Pac-12 team. They're big, physical, tough team. USC struggles with that. I think they've won, one game in the last 6 against Stanford?
Yeah.
So USC, they're playing spread offenses and finesse teams the rest of the way out, exactly what they love to go against. So I got to say USC runs the table. I don't know. I think Matt Barkley's a little overhyped. Oregon's really good.
Oregon's really good.
But they lost 2 guys on defense to season-ending injuries. Or I'm sorry, they're starting safety, and I think they're one offensive lineman. So you don't know about that, but they're just really athletic. It's crazy.
Their backups are good.
Arizona's undefeated.
That's going to be a good game this weekend. Arizona, Oregon this weekend. That's going to be a good game. It's tough.
I'm just going to go just a typical... I'm just going to have to say USC and Oregon. I think Stanford loses a couple times. I think. I don't... Pac-12, I'm not really a big Pac-12 fan, but, you know,
they've looked good so far.
And granted, USC hasn't looked that good. Syracuse has beat them.
I was telling you that a couple weeks ago.
So, I mean,
right,
you know what? No, I'm going to change. I'm going to say the Ducks and Stanford.
Well, Ducks and Stanford are in the same division.
Oh, they are? Okay, so that's how much I don't know about that. USC, I'll stick with USC and Oregon.
Okay.
I'll stick with
Stanford and Oregon are going to be the class of the North. Oregon's got a tough schedule because they got to play Arizona this week. They got to go to USC. They have Stanford at home. Oregon, I mean, see, we don't know about all these teams. Oregon State beat Wisconsin. They got to go to Oregon State in a rivalry game. I mean, I don't know. I think Oregon will probably win, but I think they're going to lose once to either Stanford or USC. I don't think anybody's going to run the table like Nate said. USC, I don't know, because they got to play UCLA. We don't know how good they are.
UCLA's surprising.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. It's early. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say USC, Oregon.
Okay.
I think Oregon will win the Pac-12 championship just because. I mean, I just think they will.
If they do, go to the Rose Bowl, man.
Well, DeAnthony Thomas is a Heisman frontrunner right now.
He has to be.
That running back or receiver, I mean, he's really good. So I'm going to say Oregon, USC. I'm still going to have faith in USC, even though all my relatives in California, I know my uncle, who's a big USC fan, was throwing his glass across the room. So I'm going to say USC, Oregon. But thanks again for the question, Brian.
Absolutely, guys. Really appreciate it. And anybody else, if you guys want us, we can do entertainment questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Questions.
So keep sending them into our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/TeleSports. So please keep messaging us the questions.
All right, guys. Real quick, we're gonna do NFL 3. We're gonna feature 3 games.
Yeah, Nate. Who went 3-0 last week in his picks?
Kurtis went 3-0 last week in his picks.
Yeah.
So I do with the end.
How did Peyton do? Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's entitled to a bad game.
Okay, dude.
Right, Tom Brady?
Okay. He didn't throw
All right.
picks, though.
We're gonna, cause they proved me wrong last week.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers at
Seattle
Seahawks.
Monday night. Go ahead, start it off.
Seattle's defense is very underrated. They're really good.
It is.
They got a few breaks against Dallas.
What breaks, dude, did they get?
Well, I'm just saying, they got a few breaks against Dallas. They got the blocked punt. That doesn't happen every game. I just think Green Bay has too many weapons. I really, really gave the Cowboys too much credit as a Giants fan because, the Giants didn't look good in Week 1.
Yeah.
But I realized that the Giants just didn't look good in Week 1, and it wasn't Dallas. So, I'm going to say I got it. Conventional wisdom. Green Bay at Seattle. I gotta pick Green Bay. I know it's Monday night. I know it's Seattle. It's your boy Aaron Rodgers with a discount double check.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah.
But I just gotta go Green Bay. I don't know.
I'm gonna make my pick short and sweet. Seattle's my team. I love them. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna say Green Bay too. I hope the game's close. I think it's gonna be close, but. I still don't know what to expect from Seattle yet. Are they the team that lost to Arizona? Which that loss is not looking so bad now that Arizona won at New England. But I'm going to say Green Bay wins a close one, 27-20 at Seattle.
All right, guys. New England Patriots at Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead. Ready to start it off.
Brady and company are going to win at Baltimore. They're mad about what happened last week. They're not going to start off 1-2. I think Joe Flacco showed who he really was again. He's so good. And then he lays an egg really pretty much at the Eagles. Did not have a very good game. I'm going to say Brady and company win. It's going to be more high scoring than I think people think. I think New England's going to win 30-23 at Baltimore. I think Brady's going to show that he still is one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and I think New England's going to win.
It's a site of Tom Brady's worst playoff game as a professional. Okay. He has this thing in his head where he likes to try to prove himself over and over again. They tried to do it last year in the Super Bowl. You know, he was all amped to play in the Super Bowl. He got beat. But I'm just saying, it's at Baltimore. Aaron Hernandez is out. They just signed Kellen Winslow. How quick can he pick up the offense? They haven't been using Wes Welker. Their offense just isn't the same.
They got Deion Branch yesterday, though, dude.
Yeah, it's Deion Branch. Be scared of him.
Okay.
He's sore. What'd you do in Seattle?
Nothing. You did that in New England, though.
I'm just going to go with Baltimore. I just don't. Baltimore's offense, Ray Rice, pound you. Vince Wilfork was hurt, but he came back later in the game. But
fumble, yeah.
I'm going to go Baltimore. I just got to pick Baltimore. It's at home. It's a toss-up game. You really hope Tom Brady comes out and plays better. He doesn't, miss a two-point conversion and settles for field goals.
Let me say this, though. I will applaud the NFL primetime games this week. They're all three pretty good games.
Yeah, they really are.
So
and the first one of the week.
Tomorrow night, baby.
It's tomorrow night.
Giants at Carolina.
Giants at Cam Newton. I'm not going to say Carolina because there's really nobody else on the team except
Steve
Cam
Smith.
Newton.
He's had
5 years ago, Steve Smith.
He's had 100 yards in both games, dude.
Because he's their only receiver.
Brandon
Don't want to bring up Brandon LaFell.
He's done well, dude.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead and pick your Giants. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Giants.
Of course.
Because it's on the road.
What a shock.
And they play so well on the road.
Okay.
I think the reason why teams struggle against Cam Newton is because teams don't get to see him on a regular basis. The Giants play against a team 2 times a year for the last 3 years that have someone that's similar to Cam Newton, except he's a little bit smaller. His name's Michael Vick. So, I'm just saying, same mobile quarterback. They're going to run an RG3. They're probably going to study a little bit more tape. My worry for the Giants, David Deal's out. Ahmad Bradshaw's probably not going to play because of the neck strain or sprain, whatever he has. And Dominic Hickson, their third wide receiver, I think is out. So, because it's a short week, they would probably play on Sunday, but it's a short week. But they just have, I don't know, they just make plays when they need to. Martellus Bennett has been very good for them, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns through 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense hasn't played that well.
It's been horrible.
But the thing is, there's not that many good wide receivers at Carolina. Steve Smith, I'll give him credit. The guy's very good. Brandon LaFell, you got to prove
he's up and coming, dude.
Do it in 2 more years. They have Greg Olsen, but
underrated tight end.
He is very underrated. He was very good in Chicago before they got rid of him. Very good. So, Giants, I think keep it rolling. I just think they got the momentum. They figured out what they need to do with their offense. They got a little bit more athletic actually when David Deal went down.
Is there a pick?
31-24 Giants.
Okay. Make mine short and sweet.
I gotta go with them, guys.
Carolina's gonna win. It's at home. Giants defense has looked absolutely horrible, giving up 34 points to Tampa Bay. I never saw that coming, but they won the game. But the defense has not looked great, and Romo shredded them, but he didn't do anything against Seattle. Carolina's offense is scary. Cam Newton is he's a beast. I really don't like the guy, but he's a beast.
He's very good.
Steve Smith is still Steve Smith. He still can run. He still can catch. Brandon LaFell is up and coming. They got probably the best running back tandem in the game when they're on D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart. They're both really, really good. So, they got a really good balance between the passing and the running game. So I'm going to say Carolina wins a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. I'm going to say 35-32. Carolina wins.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure, dude.
They gave up 35, you said, to Tampa?
34.
Eli threw a pick 6, and Tampa got the ball on Giants territory.
Okay. What happened against Dallas, dude?
Tony Romo picked on Justin Tryon, and so did Josh Freeman.
Well, maybe
because the ball
Justin
hit him right.
Tryon needs to try harder.
Maybe they need to cut him.
Well,
But-
okay.
But a key addition coming back for the Giants Thursday night.
Who is?
First round pick, cornerback Prince Amukamara.
So we'll see if he can live up to his name.
You know. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Sorry it was so long. We just had a lot to go through.
Let me say a couple more things. Shout out to Aaron. He's commented on our page a couple times about the Padres.
They had made a nice run, guys.
Right.
They were like 20 games below 500, and now they're only 6 out of the wild card with
That's
15 to play,
That's unbelievable.
which is pretty crazy. I don't
Yeah,
think
it
they
is.
can bypass 5 other teams, but Chase Headley might be. I mean, nomination for National League MVP. The kid is just really good. If you don't
Let's
get
not get ahead of ourselves. All right, and now time for our next clue for the gas card. We said Fruit Loops was the clue last week.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Fruit
Nate.
Loops.
Go ahead, Nate. Give him the honors.
This week, Shamu.
Shamu.
You know that show down in Seabreeze, and not Seabreeze, in SeaWorld down in Florida.
Yeah, Seabreeze. Yeah, Seabiscuit.
Shout out to Rochester, New York.
Yeah, SeaWorld. Shamu is our clue this week, so we got 3 more clues after this. So we've gotten a few guesses. Shamu is the clue for this week. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Keep the comments coming. We really appreciate all the support we've gotten.
And if you want to no holds barred, if you guys think of one, give it to us, because we have a couple lined up.
We got a great one coming up for college basketball season. This is going to be really intense, college basketball.
It's going to be, it might get yelling.
Yeah.
Got that, and we got a baseball one coming up, I think, between Mr. Griffey
Okay.
and probably the most clutch baseball player of all time.
Okay, dude. Anyway.
Derek Jeter.
Alright, guys. We'll
That's
see you. Okay. You done with Peter? Alright, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace out. See you next Wednesday.
All right, guys.
No.